TIFU by checking my dad's phone. Hello there. English is not my first language, so sorry if there are any mistakes. I, 19F, live with my parents, 51M, and 50F. They have always been good at parenting. The problem comes with them as a couple. Let's just say I am basically their personal therapist. I don't mind. What I do mind is that my dad has always had this misogynistic attitude. My mom and I have discussed this, and he fits the part of a narcissist. But we still love him dearly. The other issue is that it is well known in our family that his friends share a lot of NSFW content in their friend group chat, and it has been that way my whole life. Both my parents have deviated the blame towards his friends and not my dad's way. But it has always rubbed me the wrong way. Last year a friend of mine talked to me about his family issues, and turned out his dad had been cheating on his mom and had another whole family. And while he was telling me this, I started realizing that my dad would show some behaviors that this man would. So I got suspicious, and with time even got used to thinking that maybe my dad had been cheating on my mom, though I never confirmed it. Another thing about my dad, he is really protective of his passwords, which was one of the main things that made me suspicious. And to this day I don't know the password to his phone, but I do to his iPad, since I would watch from the corner of my eye at him whenever he would log in. And it turned out to be quite easy. So this Sunday both my parents had to go out to buy some groceries and I stayed at home. And thought, the iPad is here. I know the password, and I know he has Instagram in his iPad. I should log in and snoop around. So I did, and turns out he has 3 accounts. One that is the one we all know. 2 which is the one he uses to follow food services, celebrities, and the important one here, the one where he follows a lot of women, of all type, pole dancers, strippers, escorts, etc. No shame on them. You do you, girl. No biggie, right? Well, that was until I entered his DMs and started crying. He had several conversations with multiple escorts asking to book a meeting for a couple of months now, since September. One specially where there are bank receipts he sent to her with the paid amount. I took photos of everything with my phone and acted like nothing had happened. But I feel awful. I wish I hadn't seen what I have. I wish I didn't have this constant necessity of checking the chats in his phone to see what's there. Because if that was in his Insta, what else could be in there? I am just so devastated. I am sure my mom doesn't know. And I don't know if I should tell her or how I could tell her. I can't sleep at nights, and when I do all I dream about is me telling my mom and all my life ruined. Furthermore, I just wished I had never checked. I wish it had stayed as a, maybe he is cheating, instead of, how do I tell my mom? Quote, besides, I need more proof to tell my mom, because the chats on Insta would stop after he would pass them his phone number. I just want to forget everything happened. TLDR. My dad has always been secretive about his phone and passwords. When I found out his iPad password, I logged in while he wasn't home and found out he has been cheating on my mom for some months now. And I don't know how to tell her or what to do. 2 extremely important things to remember through life. Point 1. You can't unlearn things. Don't ask a question if you're not prepared to hear all the answers. 2. You can't unsay words once they are spoken. The truth doesn't always set you free. This happened to my friend. We was all at her house using her computer. Well, her dad's. And she noticed a message pop up. We joked about and told her to look at it. This opens up an entire can of worms. Her dad had been doing similar. She was devastated. Her and her family had just moved over here. We all had just made this friendship and it was about to disappear so fast. She sat on the whole thing for a few weeks and watched her dad's behavior, and she couldn't stomach him being sweet to her and her mom while he had been doing this. She waited until her dad went out, got everything up on the laptop and handed it to her mom and sat with her. Told her how long she had known and why she didn't say anything. Her mom looked through it all and was understandably devastated. She was angry and it got heated. My friend left the house for the day and her mom called her home. The dad didn't have a leg to stand on, all the proof was there. They ended up moving and I won't lie, her and her mom are super close now and she's the happiest I've ever seen. She saved her mom from more years of lies and secrets. It's going to hurt. It's going to cause a lot of disbelief. But if you show your mom the iPad and Air with her and tell her you can't sit back and watch her be hurt like this, you may just help her move on and be happier than love in this lie he's created. I personally would want to know. If my daughter was your age and she found this, presenting me with the iPad and PIN code and letting me have the time to look and vent would get me ready to move on. I wouldn't want to be lied to by my partner and child to save my feelings. Not going to tell you what to do. This is up to you. Just be aware there is a big chance your mom already knows and is just ignoring it. Tell your mom. She deserves to know so that she can make an informed decision about the future of their marriage. Also, please remember that none of this is your fault. Your dad is a 50-year-old man responsible for his actions. Whatever happens when you tell your mom, remember that he brought it on himself. If I were you, I would just keep quiet about it. This should be a lesson to you to not stick your nose in other people's business. It's not your responsibility to act as a therapist for other couples, especially your parents. If I were you, I would just keep quiet about it. Telling your mom might ruin your lives. What's to gain from it? Edit. Typos. I had this dilemma for one of my friends, and the reason pushed me towards actually telling the cheating girlfriend to come clean was the fact that she could carry STDs to my friend, and then this would be my responsibility because I knew. This is one of the most delicate and hard dilemmas. That's why I just wanted to share my case instead of advising. Please, please, please tell her. He is actively putting her health at risk with STDs and who knows what. And she deserves to know. Be aware this is going to cause a huge fallout. Though, that will likely cause drama for years to come. Honestly, it's a no-win scenario. Learning from experience. I would tell her, but obviously in privacy at a bar or someplace your father wouldn't expect. Also, contacting a lawyer would be a very smart call. By experience, I mean I lost a family member in a similar situation. Very sophisticated, but long story short, he blamed her for everything. Stole everything. She became a massive alcoholic and was depressed. He also used the kids against her. Divorces can be very tricky and hard on people, and believe me, I'm not for divorces, but this is a situation very similar to ours, but obviously being secretive and seeing if you can get screenshots and sending them to your phone or printed next time would very much help in a legal situation if it arises next time. Learn to mind your business. You're coming off very selfish and want the resolution for yourself. You want reassurances from us to spill the beans to your mother, which is understandable. If you read all your replies and retorts objectively, it's clear what you want to do. Just tell her and get it over with. Everyone's life will likely flip upside down, but at least you will have done the right thing in your mind, because that's what you would want if it were happening to you. It's too bad this has happened and your father has acted these out, because you will likely never trust a man. Anytime someone wants their privacy, you will jump to the ultimate conclusion and think the worst. I feel sorry for you and wish you the best. Invasion of privacy isn't a crime in your country? Awful situation. But I would be careful with that info.
If you enjoyed this video, Please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Eracast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.